We have a few little scraps. We might set those aside. I might get a little bin to put the little scraps in that we're using. Because then we can use them on the inside of the journal in spots if we wanted to. Okay, so these are kind of our colors. Because this is, remember, this is some of the paper that we used on the cover. So I used a piece of this because I had some left over to decorate and finish that cover. So here's our pages, just as a quick refresher. And this is our little journal. Obviously not the finished product, but these are the pages. So we're going to go one at a time here and see what we would like to do. I think so with this guy. So let's do this. We'll set these on this side. So these will be, oh yeah, and I forgot to put that doily in, so we'll have to do the doily too. So this part of the page needs, I want to darken, I don't want the white. We're not going to have any white really in this journal, so we're going to bring down the colors. And let's move the ink up here because I know it was clicking against my coffee cup, which could be a very annoying sound. And look, the brown. Okay, let's just do some of the light brown to start with on this one, because we just want to knock back that white just a touch. That's all we're doing. Okay, now we're going to look at the other side. Of course, very white. Also, we're going to do a nature journal, so let's throw down some leaf or plant or some things like that. We'll get some other kind of designs going here. And stencils. So I want some stencils, I think, just to kind of break up some of these patterns a little bit, but they'll still be able to be written on. Now I have this handy, so we're going to just do this. So this is something super easy to do. Okay, so you have a stencil or any kind of design, and I'm just going to take that light brown because it's going to kind of bring it down a little bit. So I'm going to kind of hold this, and now I'm going to just go across circles. This is hard. Some of these are a little bit more wiggly, so this side will be good. And I'm going to do kind of the whole page. Now on the center where I was holding it. Okay, boom. Isn't that amazing? Simple, and it has a big impact. So that is good. Put my stencil back up. I just happen to have that one hanging up there. And that has knocked back that white a ton. Let's do our edges. Let's do a little bit darker in a couple spots. And I'm just kind of going around the edge just a touch. Just quick. There. Okay, done. Next. So we'll set this guy over here. And then this one is our next in our signature. And I don't think we're going to do anything to it. I don't think there's anything that needs to be done for that one. So it's going to go in here. We're not going to ink everything. We're not going to mess with everything. This guy. All right, we had this tear here. Do we want to deal with this now or when we decorate? Let's do it when we decorate. So that one's fine. Now next, I'm going to put the doily in. Now that's really white, so let's bring that down a little bit. But let's use our accent color. So let's do some green. Let's do some green. I've had this for a million years. It still is big and juicy. It's true. But of course, it's not an ombre like this anymore. It kind of does its own thing. So we just go with it. And I know it's got beautiful greens in there, so it just kind of depends. So I know it's going to be darker on this side and lighter on this side. So I'm going to kind of go here and see what we get. Okay, and we're just going to bring down the white a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. These paper doilies can be a little bit fragile sometimes when you're working with them. Once they're in the journal and they're kind of bound, they're great. They're a great writing space. They're a great spot to like glue something. Oops, come back. I don't. So I'm just knocking back the white a little bit in the center here. Maybe a little splash. Okay, now flip side. Let's do, so it's got a little hint of blue in the cover, like a midnight blue kind of color, but let me see what else we have in our pages. We have this gorgeous teal color. I do have that blue, so this is nice, that green. So let's see, actually, chipped sapphire, Distress ink, chipped sapphire. And so I don't have like a blue brush, so what I do is I use my black because it is in the same kind of tones. So we're gonna just do that. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Just quick ink this here. Maybe a little more on this side. Okay. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but it definitely is different here. So there's blue, more of the blue. So we're done with that. All right, you can go in, back into your home. Go to your home. Okay, now this guy is next. Like so. And I think, I'm trying to decide if I want to tear the edges a little more or not. I think I will. Because it's so uniform and has like very straight lines on the inside of the paper, I'm going to hand tear so we get some variation. I just want a little off just to give it a little bit more texture. And it's a little bit of a heavier paper, so it can tolerate this very well. It's like a, almost like a craft paper. And if you aren't sure what craft paper is, so it's like what paper bags are made out of. It's like that heavier kind of paper. Usually it's a recycled product, although I don't know. This was not originally my paper. It was given to me, so I couldn't tell you. Oop, that's all right. Actually, I kind of love it. All right, so that's going to be the page. And then this is that back flip out, which we can do something with later. So do we want to ink this or not? I think we'll leave this one since it has like a nice edge already. And we can always do something else with it later. Okay, so that goes there. And next we kind of have this yellowy guy, which is a bit large. And we're gonna bring down the bottom edge some. And I think, because I said like this, some of this tear is gonna be here, so we just have to be a little cautious. So I'm gonna bring this edge to the print. And then, so I want this to be a little bit smaller than some of the other pages. So I think I'll just bring it down to the print there as well. And this might be a little tricky. I'll have to do it in two sections. So let's go here. And then, yep. Perfect. Okay. Beautiful. Oops, I think I bumped my camera. Still good. Yep. Okay. So just make sure I move up a little bit so you guys are in frame here. Okay. All right. So that is that side. Back is good. Let's do this one right here. Very precise measuring, as you can see. Because, you know what, it doesn't matter. Okay. And they're different lengths, and that's okay too. Okay, and that's within that. Next is this guy. Let's see. So, because this is going to get stitched in as it is, we need to put a thumb hole here and glue the bottom. So that's what we are going to have to do with this guy. And we're going to ink him too. I'm going to ink this side. Let's get some gluing done. So I'm going to glue it inside this edge here. Maybe, there we go. Glue that there and on the bottom. And I should have cut the thumb hole first. Quick, hurry, while it's still wet. So this is just a circle punch. And slide this in here, maybe. What's going on? Come on, friend. Centered-ish. Pop. Good. I did it fast enough. Did I do it, guys? Okay. I think it's good. All right. Should have thought of that sooner. No worries. All right, so now we're gonna ink this guy. Maybe throw a stencil. Let's do that leaf stencil again. Let's just be consistent with that leaf. Let's put this leaf on this side. Isn't that cool? Let's do both sides. Like that. There and there. Yes. Okay, okay. And yeah, let's do the green this time. Because it's here. Ooh, pretty. Okay. Might have been darker than I anticipated, but it's fine. So you could still use these pages even when they're stenciled like this to write on. If you do want to use these little journals, because all you need is a dark, like if you're writing in black, it'll show up and it'll show up just fine. And it'll be beautiful. Look at that. And you can write over it. Today I went for a walk in the woods. It was beautiful. You know, things like that. I saw a beautiful bird. Okay. Let's do a little inking on the edges. Ooh, that's fun. Let's ink the edges on this guy, but let's do it in blue. Just for some fun. Who said you always have to use one color for stuff? Probably somebody did, but if you have some colors, why not? You may say, well, I don't have those things. Well, you know what you can use? Just about anything. If you want to have something that resembles an ink but isn't an ink, that you might have at home. Eyeshadow is something that could work. And I have used it before. If you have like kids smudgy, like washable markers, that could work. There's lots of different options. You just got to think outside the box. There's lots of things that you have at home that you could use to junk journal that, you know, aren't labeled as, you know, specific craft supplies, but we all have some things that we can use if we wanted to. I don't remember if I did this side or not. And I'm gonna do this. So I'm gonna get inside here, but I don't want the background to be too blue. Ha! Stay put. Okay, let's try that again. Nope. Okay. It's still covered though. It's fine. It's fine. And that's just so you recognize that there's like a little spot. It'll be easier to see. It's not very dark yet. Let's see if I can get it a little darker. This is why I should have done this first, because it would have been much easier. Oh, there we go. Okay. Boom. Moving on. Next page. This guy. Okay, so I think this side is fine. We are going to ink the back, though. We'll use some brown for that one. Since we just used the blue. Look, I used the brown one. I'm going to grab the brown one this time. Just quick here. I don't really care if it's like super neat. This isn't like going to be a super neat, precise journal. And then, see, that's pretty good, but I'm just gonna do that. Okay, that one's done. Ta-da! Next, we have a glassine bag. Let's see. It's very white. We need to tone her down. Let's do... You know what? Let's do a splash of spray. We're going to do a distress spray. Let's do brown and blue. What do we think? Oh, pine needles. Let's do some pine needles. And brown. Gathered twigs. Okay. Sorry about the shaking sounds, but I gotta make sure these are mixed. So this is what I'm gonna use. These are oxide sprays. And I'm living dangerously here, spraying these. I'm just gonna have to be super careful. And, oh, I need some water. And so let me run and fill this super quick. Because I watered my plants with it yesterday. Because I realized they were thirsty. So I watered them and I didn't refill it. I have returned. So, some pine needles. And this is, we're going to just try and do straight down so it doesn't splatter my desk or me. Okay, a little of that. And then this is gathered twigs. Eat. Oh, overspray. Okay, now I want some blue. Blue. Tumbled glass. I'm just gonna do some little, and then these should mix a bit. So there's that. And now a little water. Okay. and a paper towel. Or you know what, instead of a paper towel, I'm gonna blot it first with another piece of paper so then I get some of those designs on something else. All right. Ooh, so pretty. Now let's see if I can get some transfer from this other side here. Okay, I'm gonna leave that like that just so that there's some variation. It's gonna be super pretty. So now we just need to let this dry. So I'm gonna move it off to this other counter, but look at how pretty that is. It'll be a little bit softer colors once it's dry too. I'm just gonna pick up a few little spots. Okay, so I'm gonna set that aside to dry. It shouldn't take that long. Move this to dry as well so we don't get things contaminating. Okay, next page. So just like that, boom. Put the water out of the way. I have spilt it on things before, so yeah. All right, so we'll put that page in next, then this guy. So I don't think we're gonna do anything with that either. We can always change our mind later if we want to, so that's fine. And then the centerpiece. And I think I'm gonna tear off the white first. So let's take the white bits off and then we'll see how big it is after that. So white and the white here, roughly there. And the side. Okay. And see, this is from a crossword. A word search, not a crossword. Word search. All right, so let's see how these are fitting. Now we are still missing a page because that one had to dry. He'll join us when he's finished. So these guys go like this. And that goes in there. Okay. So these are outside the line yet. So let's see. Everybody else is good. I think it's just that one page is the center, but we kind of know where that is. So what I'm going to do is go this way, and I'm going to go right past that page. There's that one. And I want them to be slightly different in width so they don't end up being right at the same length. So I'm going to bring this one in a little bit compared to the other. Okay. Perfect. Okay. There we go. So our cover is still damp yet, so I don't want to do too much with that yet. But here we go. And we'll wait for that other page to dry. Then we can stitch it in. And just like that, we have a journal. And then we can decorate it together if we want to. Oh gosh, doesn't that look so pretty? Wouldn't you love to open up this journal and that be what you see? I feel like the design is upside down. I wonder if it can go this way. Yes. Okay, that's better. I like that better. For some reason, it looked like it was upside down. So, it's a piece of paper. There was really no direction for that. So, let's see. There we go. All set. Now we'll let all these guys dry, hang out, and then we'll stitch this guy together, and then we'll do some decorating. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave me a message if you feel like it. Definitely subscribe if you want to. And share with your friends that like crafting and recycling, or just want to hear somebody else do it and watch them. Okay? Thanks, everybody. Bye.